Tonight, former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn appeared before the special grand jury in Fulton County today, surrounded by Fulton County Sheriff's deputies. Good evening. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The grand jury is investigating whether former President Trump or his allies criminally interfered in the administration of Georgia's 2020 presidential election. Senior IT reporter Dale Russell says Flynn is believed to be one of the last witnesses to testify in the grand jury investigation. Dale?
That's what they're telling us, Courtney, and Michael Flynn and his lawyers put up quite a legal battle to keep from appearing before the Trump grand jury today. The former national security advisor to President Trump legally tried to quash the grand jury's summons for him to testify in Florida, but an appeals court this week rejected his arguments, setting the stage for his testimony today. Security was on high alert for Michael Flynn's appearance before and after his testimony in front of the Fulton County grand jury investigating Donald Trump and others. 7:45 this morning, bomb-sniffing dogs made their way around the courthouse. Then we watched as sheriff's deputies patrolled on foot, by car, and motorcycle, some heavily armed. Flynn walked right in the front door, but deputies kept us from following. Michael Flynn is the latest high-profile Republican operative to testify before the Fulton County grand jury, investigating whether former President Donald Trump or his allies broke the law during the 2020 election. Flynn is a former Army Lieutenant General and National Security Advisor under Trump. He pleaded guilty to making false statements to the FBI during Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. In November of 2020, Trump granted Flynn a full pardon.
General Flynn, do you believe the violence on January 6th was justified?
In June, Flynn repeatedly pleaded the Fifth when questioned by the January 6th committee about his role, if any, in the assault on the nation's capital. The Fifth Amendment to the Constitution states no one can be forced in any criminal case to be a witness against themselves.
He is almost certainly going to take the Fifth for every question that is asked of him.
Georgia State University law professor Clark Cunningham has closely followed these grand jury proceedings. He expects Flynn to plead the Fifth in Fulton County, as is his right. Cunningham says Fulton County prosecutors want to know about that pardon Flynn received from the president and comments Flynn later made after the election regarding martial law and the president's ability to seize voting machines. Was he a key witness in your mind?
It seems to me he's more of a key witness for a federal grand jury looking at January 6th. So I'm not sure he's as important as some of the other witnesses in terms of what's happening in Georgia.
Flynn was inside the courthouse less than an hour and a half. He had nothing to say to reporters when he left. And Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis previously said she's hoping to wrap up the grand jury's work by the end of this calendar year. She's yet to say whether she wants to call former President Trump himself to testify.
All right, Dale, thanks. We are